right now. So I asked that question about 2008 because 2008, you also had something too big to fail. What do you see that movie, Too Big to Fail? Right? And you see some correlation happening today. Now you've got some Silicon Valley banks that are failing. Government's coming in and say, hey, we should bail these banks out. Right? So now you've got a time to where the market is so up and down. What happens when the government comes in and nationalizes banking systems? Then you've got the Fed and Powell saying, hey, you know what, we're essentially going to pause, the rate hikes. We're going to pause, the Fed, increase the Fed funding rate. And now, there's, people are insinuating that he's going to actually go back, bring those back and dial back because it's having an adverse effect on the banking system. Then what happens is you have inflation going up. So why is this important today? Well, it's important because you've got a market that is heating up. It's now developing into a seller's market, right? And what happens in sellers markets? Anybody? Who has a listing right now? What happens in some of your listings right now?
Activity.
A lot of activity, multiple offers, probably having an open house, and before that open house is done, you probably get offers, right? But when you have a seller's market, you have a lot of offers, and the rates aren't in the 3s and 4s, it's a different environment, right? And not only that, you have a situation where a couple of days ago we had rates drop, right? And then what happened yesterday? Rates went up, right? I mean, we had such a drastic drop in the 2-year bond that hasn't happened since 1987, right? So that tells you the volatility of where we're at in today's market. Why is that important to know? Well, we have something now that is going to help you in a volatile market. Because what happens when you have a customer out shopping, right? And they want to buy a house. Well, what happens is you can't lock that customer until you have a signed PA, right? Everybody know that? You know what? You got a customer, Jane Jones, he wants to buy a house, she's looking at 20 homes, right? But you see these interest rates go like this, and you wish you could lock that customer. A couple days ago, when we had a massive rate decrease, that customer didn't have a signed PA. So, got luck. Well, Movement just came out with a product called Lock and Shop. Lock and Shop gives your customer and gives you the advantage of helping that customer lock at a time to where the market dips temporarily, even if you don't have a PA. That to me gives you a competitive advantage because there's not a lot of companies out there that have Lock and Shop. Lock and Shop is not a widely used product. Some companies do, so do we, right? So if you want to know more about the specifics of Lock and Shop, I was told that we got about 15 minutes. 20? Thank you, appreciate you. I'll give you $100 later.
Give you 20 minutes.
So, if you want to know more about the specific details of the Lock and Shop, very good at this, swing on by Mark's door and ask him about the details. Because again, if you've got customers looking, I know this is happening. I know this for a fact because I'm talking to so many realtors that are friends of mine, and they're like, hey, I've got this customer. We've looked at 15 houses. We've looked at 20 houses. We put an offer. We didn't get the offer because there was 8, 9, 10 offers. Right? And that customer's gotta feel frustrated. Right? Because I would feel frustrated. And adding that frustration is knowing that rates are going down. They can't do anything about it. They wish they could lock in. And you have the power to be the Superman or the Superwoman coming to save the day. Right? So that's one product, lock and shut. Second, now, how much inventory? Does anybody know how much inventory, how many months of inventory we have right now?
Go ahead. Read.
That
2.5.
2.5. I always read there's somewhere around 2, but I mean, it may have changed to 2.5. Right? So that's not a lot of inventory. Right? And that's, you know, when you factor in the fact that customers are coming out, they're wanting to buy a home, and we don't have a lot of inventory, you're going to come into that situation of, all right, I need to go out, I need to show this customer 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 homes, right? And what happens when you show a customer 5, 10, 15 homes? What dialogue are you having with those customers? Are they, you know, are they still staying, you know, kind of mentally strong? You know, are they getting defeated? Are you, you know, as a customer, like, let me know if this conversation sounds like something you've had. Hey, Mark. So you're telling me you like the house, that you would love it if you had an updated kitchen. Or, you know, yeah, this house is okay. It'd be wonderful if it had a 2-car attached garage, you know, with some hardwood bamboo floors, and, you know, that shag carpet was a no-go, right? But the problem is the inventory is the inventory. We can't change the inventory situation. You know, but you can change the mindset of your customer. And how you change the mindset of your customer is that you say, okay, so Mark, what you're telling me is that home that we just saw, you would like it, oh, I'm sorry, you would love it if it had an updated kitchen, updated bathroom, and if it had a 2-car attached garage, right? Everything else, you like the location, you like the school district. You know, you just wish it had better amenities. Well, now you can, and you should be in this time with low inventory, because you should be also presenting renovation, right? Renovation loans right now, it's like FHA loans. FHA loans, there's going to be a resurgence of FHA. You know, it's because the MIP for FHA went down. Interest rates on FHAs are more aggressive than conventional, because the LLPAs for Fannie and Freddie went up. So why is renovation also going up? Why is renovation having a resurgence? Well, because with renovation loans, you can turn I like this home into I love this. This is my dream, right? You can literally tell a customer, hey, if you like everything about the house, you like the location, right? You just hate the kitchen, you hate the bathroom, you hate the carpet. We can fix that. We can give you your dream kitchen. We can give you your dream bathroom. We can even turn a Rambler into a 2-story. I've got customers, I had customers that would come to me when I was originating and be like, how can I make this happen? Well, do the renovation, and then we walk them through the process. A renovation loan, first of all, let me back up. How many of you have participated in a renovation? One. So a renovation loan is a very powerful tool in today's market, because it allows a customer to buy a home and have that home based off of future appraised value. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that. So let's say the house needs a lot of TLC, right? And everyone is bypassing the house. No one wants to go look at this house and put an offer on this house because it's outdated, right? And it's ugly on the inside, but it's got great bones, great location. If I'm you, I wouldn't bypass the house, right? Go in, take a look at that home first, right? And then, as long as it's, you know, as long as it checks some boxes, we can knock down the walls, right? We can gut a kitchen. We can turn a Rambler into a 2-story. We can finish a basement if we need, right? Because a renovation loan allows your customer to buy the home. So let's say the home needs some TLC. So let's say it's $220,000, $250,000. Right? Because it's a redheaded stepchild. No offense to redheads. Right? And so no one wants to buy the house. Well, now what if you were to put $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 into that home? What would that home be worth? If it had a brand new kitchen, if you knocked down the wall and had open concept. Right? That is the power of renovation loan. And because if you looked in this room, only one person had done a renovation loan. Right? Imagine what your competition is out there. It's the same thing. There are very few realtors out there that successfully know how to close a renovation loan and know how to present it. Right? So what types of renovation loans are there? There is a FHA, there's a standard FHA, and there's a 2 to 3K streamline. Right? And then there's a Fannie product. So you can have a Fannie renovation, you can have an FHA renovation. And again, it allows for one-time close, single one-time close. So you don't have to, the borrower doesn't have to come in and do another close. They finance the cost of renovation into the loan. And then movement, I don't know if you guys know this, probably not, but we are one of the top lenders in the nation. We are number 5 when it comes to renovation. So we do a lot of renovation loans. In fact, we have a dedicated department called the Renovation Nation. And what that dedicated department does is our underwriters want to underwrite renovation loans because, again, when the appraiser comes, the appraiser has to appraise the home based on future specs. Right? So it's a different type of appraiser. Right? Because, again, you're going off of future appraised value, not the current value of the home. You're going off the value of the home with all the updates, all the new amenities. Right? So it's a different type of underwriting, different type of appraisal.
Sorry to interrupt, but then, so in that situation, let's say once the renovation is done, the home's worth 300, but it's listed at 250, right? So you buy it at 250.
Yeah.
That's the maximum amount they have to use for the renovation, right? It'd be that difference between whatever the appraised value would become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're getting that customer instant equity. Right? Instant equity. Because they're buying a home for their original purchase price is X. And then they're putting 30, 40, 50,000, whatever that dollar amount is in the home. And as long as they're doing it the renovation correctly, right, there's going to be more value there. Okay. Now here's how we protect the customer. This is what makes Movement Renovation Nation 5th in the nation when it comes to the renovation. We have a post-closing department similar to new construction, right? And that post-closing department handles our draws. So the last thing you want to do is close a customer, have that contractor not complete the work, get paid, have customers hanging in the wind. Well, our post-closing department is in charge, making sure that they're the ones in contact with the contractor, so that the contractor, as they complete portions of the renovation, we're giving them their job, right? So now you know that your customer is being serviced properly, and you can go about your business. Because the last thing you want to do is refer a renovation deal to someone who dabbles in renovation, right? And now 6 months later, you got a customer that you sold a house to, that you found a house for, is still dealing with the renovation because that looks bad on you, right? Because we are an extension of you, but you are an extension of us, we're partners.
So you have to use a licensed contractor.
You have to use a licensed contractor, and that's protected. The last thing you want to do is just, hire someone and find out they're not licensed, and then the next thing you know, they're definitely involved. So any other questions?
They do any of the work themselves.
They do not do the work themselves.
Just a quick point that maybe I would bring up. These flyers are all in total experts. So if anybody wanted like a social media post or laying in your open house or
This would be one to start posting right away. That's an awesome program.
Certainly apply with pictures of me. Yeah, so, that's just there, that would be obviously a full brand flyer, the one to the right would be you there. So if you just let me know, send me an email, we can get you signed up for Total Expert. There's a ton of flyers, lock and shop, just all kinds of things. You have the ability to go in there and co-brand and, grab whatever you want to out of Total Expert, if you want.
And here, you can get, if I'm you, I get even more creative. So we've got a ton of flyers. You can sit down with Mark and go through how you want to market. A long time ago when I was originating, I did do renovation. How I would market it is I would take a picture, right, of a house, and then I would have someone, there's a graphic design, and you could say, hey, this house could look like this house. Right, so you're getting the customer to visualize even a Rambler's putting in a true story, or you can take a picture of a dream kitchen, so with a knockdown wall. I mean, it is a powerful tool with inventory in your market is around 2.5 months, because so many people are just bypassing those ugly homes.
With that example there, I think it's a really good example. Are there any of you, do you have any success stories that you might be able to share with us?
We have a whole bunch of success
that we
stories.
can use that in our marketing thing.
Yeah.
This is between this and this is market myself.
Yeah, I mean, again, we didn't get to number 5 lender in the nation for renovation by not doing loans. So we've got a ton of success stories. We can definitely sit down. I would urge you to set an appointment with Mark and sit down and talk about how we can market you and certain homes. And by the way, what if you picked up a listing, right? How long do you think a nice home was on the market for in today's market? If it was a nice home, a day?
Yeah.
Contracts. How long do you think a home would be on the market if it was completely outdated? Right, and you knew that home wasn't going to pass FHA inspection or FHA appraisal either. Right? I mean, it could be months, and then what happens is that price keeps going down and down, right? Well, that's a way for you to also pick up a listing.
Yeah, the other part of that too is that a lot of sellers, because they know their house needs work, won't have FHA.
Yeah, but guess what? Renovation you can. You can do FHA 2 or 3K or the 2 or 3K streamline, which is a faster version of the renovation. A 2 or 3K streamline is just basically a renovation that you don't need a lot of work, right? You don't need $50,000 to $60,000 worth of work. You only need 10 or 15, right? So Mark might find it more palatable to do a 2 or 3K streamline. But it's a great way for you to get a customer to fall in love with a home and actually kind of almost build a home without having to go through the timeline of actually building a home. How long does it take to build a home? Anybody? I mean, it could be anywhere from 4 months to 10, 12 months, right? But how long does it take to renovate a kitchen? If you're dealing with professionals. You know what I mean? So what the customer could get what feels like a brand new build, right? For half the cost. It's like going to Nordstrom Rack instead of going to Nordstrom. The same stuff, just get a discount. Any other questions? BA? We actually, as of Q4 of last year, we actually did a renovation.
You actually did.
We did. Yeah. Any other questions?
Do the contractors, are there like an approved list of vendors, or do you bring your own contractor?
So that's a great question. So Mark, as the lender, can pick a contractor for the consumer, right? The consumer must pick the contractor. They submit it to us. We do our due diligence to make sure that there's no lawsuits or liens on that contractor to make sure they're licensed. Right? So,
Do you need multiple bids then, or is it just one bid is still fine as long
I
as?
mean, one bit's fine. We like to ask for multiple. We'll tell the customer, you know, hey, you should get multiple bids. You know, it's gonna protect them in the long run.
Qualification wise, how does it change at all from just standard loan, like first time home buyers?
No, and you know, in terms of the rates just a tad bit higher than normal conventional. Because again, you're going on a future appraised value and we're giving them extra money on top of the purchase price, right? But for qualification wise, whether it's, you know, if you're gonna go the Fannie product, you're gonna go off Fannie qualifications. If you're gonna go off the FHA products, the FHA, you're gonna go off their qualifications. So it's actually, it's not any more difficult to close a renovation loan than it is to close a regular loan. The only hoop you're jumping through is the hoop of the consumer needs to pick out a contractor, and then we have to do our due diligence on that contractor, right? And then the contractor has to submit their, you know, their bids, and then the appraisal may take a little longer because it's off the future appraised value on the plans and specs. Great questions, though. I mean, these types of questions, this thought process is how you're going to win in today's market. Right? Because right now, so I'm going around, I'm talking to literally hundreds and hundreds of real estate agents in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois. And the room temperature is that people are feeling defeated because of the market we're in. Right? Let them feel defeated. Right? Let your competition feel defeated. Right? Because when they feel defeated, you have a competitive advantage. Right? Because you're not going to let your mind go to that. Right? There's an old saying that when you feel pressure, when you feel stress, that's the time where your creative genius will actually evolve. Right? Because in good markets, people get lazy. No offense. In good markets, people get lazy. Business is flowing through the door. In bad markets, that's when we get creative. In bad markets, when we get creative, that's when we take market share. And this product, along with Lock and Shop, and others that I don't have time to talk about because I got 20 minutes, right? Will help you win in today's market. So like truly, like who you partner up with matters more than ever. So any other questions before I kind of close up?
I just have a comment. I kind of see this as like a great opportunity. I don't know how many of you are doing call night tonight, but you know, we hear those objections, and one of your questions we're asking, are you looking at buying or selling? Do you know anybody? You hear that, you know, yeah, I'm looking at selling, but I have so much I got to do first. Boom, you have a product you can offer that you can talk about in that. Say, you know what if I can fix that for you? But who would come in and buy it? What if? So I see that as a great.
That's a great point. Thank you for bringing that up, because there are so many people out there, right? That maybe, you know, that they don't have the funds to fix up their home, but they want to sell, right? Or they may be older, you know, and they're like, their house is dated, right? Because I mean, the baby boomers, you know, they're trying to right? They're trying to downsize something, you know, and their house may look like it's still 1960. In Edina, there's a ton of homes like that.
The nice thing too, with those rental houses, we can partner with your lenders to just put it out in the forefront. So it's not that wondering. Oh, you know, these little, yes.
You can market it that way.
Yeah, market, you know, co-market with the
Yeah.
lenders
This product.
and with that product and the house. Kind of
Yeah.
bring awareness to it.
And on your listing, I would put like, you know, when you're doing your descriptions, ask me about renovation.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the cool thing, at Movement, it has to be a certified renovation specialist. Right? So that means that Mark unfortunately has to take classes, he has to take a specialist test, right? To protect your customers. Other companies don't require certification. You know, so any other questions before I make my closing statements?
One more, I think I know the answer, but from a consumer standpoint, can the consumer do any of the repairs or does it have to be like a licensed
That's
contractor?
the license. I mean, if there are minor repairs that aren't included in the bid, you know what I mean, in the plan and specs, then of course, right? But if they're included in the plans and specs for their appraisal purposes, for their future appraised value, then that contract needs to be done.
One last one, props. Up to 4 units.
Yeah. Multifamily renovation.
Nice. What,
Was that?
All those investor guys in the other office.
Oh, and listen, for the investor people, we have a ton of amazing investor products that you may not know about, because a lot of realtors don't know about some of our investor products. So I would also talk to Mark about that. Right, because I mean, like we have a plethora of products coming up. We have, you know, a conforming product. Right, it's because we're partnering up with some credit unions. You know, and right now, lenders don't have a conforming arm because you have an inverted yield curve. You got the short-term bond out producing the long-term bond. So why would people wanting the long-term bond? When that happens, it's called an inverted yield curve, and lenders and banks don't want to give lower interest rates on ARMs. Well, we have a solution for that. So I mean, we definitely do have a lot more products for you guys. But now, with that being said, I want to leave you with this thought. In 2008, all these banks were closing. All these people were going out of business. That was the year Movement Mortgage was founded. So in a time to where people were getting out of the business, Casey Crawford, Toby Harris founded Movement Mortgage in 2008 with 4 people. We have now over 4,000. Right, we're now in the top 10 lenders in the nation. And when you decide to do business with Mark or a Movement Mortgage team member, 48 cents of every net dollar goes to charity. Right, because when Toby Harris and Keith Crawford founded Movement Mortgage, they also gave 48% of the company to a nonprofit. That means you're not lining a shareholder's pocket. That means we're not going public, right? The purpose of Movement Mortgage was literally to bring in money and then give it away. I mean, we're building 100 schools throughout the United States. Donated 300 million in the last 2.5 years. Sure. I'm leading a mission trip to Nicaragua, right, in October. Last year I led one to Honduras, and it's all because of the nonprofit work from Movement. So it's kind of cool. I mean, you could pick any lender that you want to work with, but it's pretty cool to pick a lender that donates half of their profits back into the community. And think about that as a marketing aspect, right? Like everyone loves a feel-good story. With that being said, I don't know if that was 20 minutes. Thank you. You know, if you have any questions, again, I'll be here for a few minutes. Mark's here for what seems to be a lifetime. All right.
Great, thank you, thank you. Good luck. All right. I don't know, but I can look this way. Yeah. Guys, raise your hand if you had an absolutely fabulous evening last week. Like 97% of the people like were dressed, and it was crazy. It was so much fun. Here's some great photos for anyone who didn't get to see the photos. It just came yesterday, so I'll send it to everyone today. Yeah, we'll get those out. So that we have the individual award ones, and everybody get a chance in front of the step and repeat, get your award. If not, I'll go back on. Everything's out here. Get a picture, get it posted on your social media. It was just so much fun. It was a great time. Yeah, it was fun celebrating all of you guys. It was fun to see faces, and even just like faces that don't come into the office very often and love that. I mean, we were pretty close. I think our final number we gave them was like 180 something, and we were pretty darn close. We were past that area, so lots of fun. It's kind of fun to see them taking it in. We have one more sheet of. It's great because I bet you it's kind of same for you guys. There's people up there that you're like. So thank you to everybody. With that though, we have a couple of boards that we didn't get to give out because maybe those individuals weren't there. So we're going to go to. All right, we're top group in the silver circle, which is 8.2 million in closed volume, goes to CML group. Don't do how much. Okay. And then, yeah, okay. We also did an award. So fun to give out. It's fun to like celebrate all the, exciting things. Like I said, not everybody's there. So we have one that's called the Constantly Under Construction Award. This individual has continued to show the ability to change and improve in various aspects of their life, always striving for betterment. This one, I mean, they're all fun to give, but this was fun because this individual, I kind of was like joking with Jordan a little bit on like this individual when they first came in. I'm just gonna be honest, I was like, Sarah came in one day, black eye, next, a couple weeks later, cut on the face. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you pulling it all together? But it has been so fun to watch for almost basically the last year what has happened. So this word goes to Isaac Nelson. And I knew what it was like. We have a few others, but again, not here. Oh, all right. Yeah, so thank you and congratulations to everybody. It was so much fun. So wait for next year because we're already talking. It'd be awesome. All right, now let's flip to reverse cold call night. Who's doing this tonight? I've seen a lot of signups. Those hands up. So much fun. If you had a blast, in here, remember, if you are doing this, the easiest way, and truthfully, it's not too late to sign up. Because think about it. Really, if you showed it to me on your Facebook 2 weeks ago, chances are I forgot about it. I'm not going to tell you. But if you're showing it today on your Facebook, on your social media feeds, if you're getting it out there, you can have them. You guys can scan the QR code to sign up, but you are doing nothing but sitting here and letting the phone ring. You are not picking up the phone and saying, I need your help. Could you buy this house? Could you sell that house? You're literally just sitting there and saying, you could win $1,000. I mean, think of the things that people will do to win $1,000. I mean, people will be like, I don't even know that person, but I'm going to run through the front yard with no clothes on. Somebody says $1,000. Pretty good chance. All they have to do is give you a call. You're going to get that. Maybe you don't have their phone number in your database. If you do, maybe you don't have their email. What a great opportunity to just, other than those 3 questions, if you want, you feel that ball going, ask those questions. Hey, I just realized I don't have your email. Can I just put you on that? I'd love to put you on that, list for this, or in case you're the winner, or whatever you want to use. Such an easy night to do that. So if you haven't signed up and you still want to, it's not too late. We're asking people to be in the room, please. 4:30, 4:40 at the latest. We're going to start at 5 o'clock. Your phone will start ringing. But last time it was kind of a cluster because we kind of just started when it was start ring time. And so then we had a lot of explanations on how we're tracking and what we're doing. So please be here so you have time to get those explanations. And then at 7 o'clock, when we stop the phones ringing, we'll get that spinning wheel ready. It just took a few minutes last time, and at 7:15 at the latest, you guys will all get to line up here. And this is the only one in the room. You'll have the spinning wheel on the screen so you can FaceTime live it. And then show that to that name that stops. You'll now, even if it's not your customer, no one knows that. So you're gonna jump up and down, yay, Betty Boop won, who's the winner? And we will get that out to that right away.
Yeah, guys, there's no easier way to generate leads and do something fun and awesome. So if you're not doing this, what do you think? We gotta be this. It's a no-brainer.
And it is only in person. We did a couple last time, we were allowed to be remote. It wasn't the most successful opportunity for that one, so we are going to ask it here for that event. I got a question or comment?
What did we learn last time that really worked well leading up to it? What were people doing that received the most calls? Anybody that's in here that wants to share maybe what they did and how they had success?
Most of mine came from social media. I mean, out there, and it's a broad, pretty much, it's not like it was anybody specific, it was just on my stuff, and I used all the appropriate hashtags, so that it was getting seen by everyone. In my video of the spinning wheel afterward, it's been viewed some crazy thousands of times since the last one.
So Grant, how many calls did you receive?
I ended up with something.
And would you rather go make cold calls or receive those?
Absolutely not. But even if you get, I don't know if they were all people you know, except one, and one was a lead, you paid $50 for a hot lead, basically.
What are you doing with calls
Same thing, same. I use them as a
that come? I know you
referral.
can still win, but
Oh, I use them as a referral.
Yeah.
You need something, great, I'll find your agent, you can write that in there. And then just get them to tell more people, hey, choose me, you hear your neighbor needs something, don't go through me, I'll find your agent. It sounds like it's a lot, but I'm like, you know, it costs them nothing. Like, it does nothing extra for them, it's just like having someone do the work for them. If you that way, I've gotten a lot of referral sources from my out-of-state people.
And again, and that's that opportunity to create or fill your database. You were just saying how many clicks and views you had on it since then. Now imagine what if you go a step further, you take that client, who won, if it is your client, and you do a video with them. Now people are gonna be like, oh, why is the video taking, what's that video of him and so-and-so? They watch it, win $1,000. It's like, hey, watch me, I'm doing it next quarter, so make sure you're with us. And again, reminding yourselves, if we can, like, if you can go grab another person in our market center, we can grow that number. Give away 2,000, or let's give away 1,000 to 2 different people. But let's increase those odds so that we're increasing that ability of those phone calls of what you're getting. And, and maybe, let's say some of these calls are going to be the same people who called you last time. Great opportunity to get more information. You're asking 3 simple questions.
That last push on social media, like Grant said, just do it now. People, if you did it one time, that's not enough. You need to do it multiple times. So people need to be reminded.
Especially today, do a post this morning, and then I went live right before it. I did a post during it even. I thought I had a quick break, but I made it into a joke. I'm like, I might get a call, the video might end. Literally, a call came in, the video ended, and people like sent me messages laughing at it because like it actually happened. But I got messages from people that didn't even actually end up calling in, but they thought it was just amazing that, because again, it looks like it's just me, that I was giving out $1,000 just to give something. Like that, again, everybody loves to feel a good story. So it was just that. It made an impact on people and got me connected with more people that I haven't talked to in 20 years.
Do we have a good graphic created for the winner? That way, whoever the agent is can post and get some more love. that way.
Yep. Just reminder, we are that reach out to your winner. Confirm they're okay with them being posted in their name or whatever you're gonna post, but yeah, we've got all of that. And again, like you said, it's not too late. Because again, I know you guys were, I remember that day that you guys were doing it during the day. Then it was Alina and he, I saw walking around and they were doing posts like, while the phone wasn't ringing, they'd step out and do a post. Because I mean, how often are we just all of a sudden flipping through Facebook and you see somebody's got something live and go and watch it? And all of a sudden you hear them say, "Oh, me giving away $1,000, 3 simple questions." And I try the radio station every time and I've never won. Only if it's gonna make it my girl smile, but it's still haven't won. So yeah, so join us tonight. It's not too late. Scan it or reach out to Sean if you have questions on that one. Who's got junk? Who's got junk? None of you got junk. Oh my God, it's into your house and it's been in. Got so much junk, and I know all your so much stuff, you guys, this is getting better and better every second. Haven't signed up for this. Our wonderful Alina here is saying to me, well, wouldn't it make sense? So she made a phone call. It makes sense to also use it as the marketing to Sherwin-Williams, right? They pull their little truck outside and we put paint cans in their truck. So now we've added paint cans. Even if they don't. So we've got paint, pick up, giveaway, big garbage drop off, shredding, PCs for people, and all the electronics we've got. And really, the only thing I feel like we're not taking is mattresses. We just cannot take mattresses or tires. It's fine. It's gonna be the hardest thing to find anybody that wants them. But if somebody knows, let us know, because we can keep adding. This building is huge. And it'll just be a come in, meet the first entrance, drive through the places you want, keep driving through, and then out the back door. Boom. So we'll just do like drop off of electronics and garbage. This is such an opportunity, whether you're an individual agent or a team, for the prices that are on there. What a great give back to your clients. I am here on May. Or Lord, I can't even tell you how many times, like, I live in Lakeville. I have a Farmington mailing address. If you live in Farmington, you get one day a year, they take all, you just put your crap on the curb and they take it. And so I look across the street at the people that are legally in Farmington and have a farm, and they get to, and I just sit there and cry. Like, I wish I would have this for so long. This is so awesome. You have some place to just take your junk and drop it in one fell swoop. So again, not too late to sign up. And again, if you do sign up, we're looking for you and your team to also participate that day. That is. Joe. Correct. Sean, any kind of marketing material you want, share ones that are made where you can put you into it. But if you want to put other things on or switch it up, yeah, Sean, you got it.
You do the whole time.
Obviously, we're gonna individually make arrangements if we need to, and we're not gonna cut it out, but we would like that just as it is a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of, to be honest. We do the lifting, most of your clients are gonna pull up, and especially your old mom and dad pull up and be like, I need to take all that out of my car. They're not gonna do it, so let have that. Strong back. Here you go. You're a little bit safe. If you want to be a paper shredder, you're a little bit. I people. I'm not trying to kill you. You guys had throughout the most amazing offer last week. 24 hours we had to sign up, and I got 5. And more. We got all that actually. I spoke with Danny just briefly, but got to kind of be on the phone with him a little bit more yesterday. Great. I'm kind of excited now. It's kind of a fun guy. But first step is April 6th. First step is free. You can sign up afterwards if you choose. But who here has taken bold that can tell us what it's done for your business?
Oh, I can speak to Denny. At family reunion, Denny was on the panel for probably 3 different things. I went to 2 of them. If you ever struggle with what do I say if somebody says, he got me, the scripts that come out of his head, I literally just sat there and I was like, I can't write these all down. Colleen Healy is over here videotaping because she's like, I can't write them down. Like he makes those awkward moments on phone calls and you're sitting in a listing interview. It gives you how do you close it? How do you make it so this is done and you're the one signing that paperwork with them? I think I've been to Bold a couple times. I'm so excited that he is doing this because of all the different places. I mean, my AOC workshop was amazing, but the ones I went to with Denny were so helpful as the listing side of me and the phone call side, which I don't like phone calls, and he made it so easy. So if you're gonna go for anything, go for Denny. He's worth it.
I mean, it's worth that investment. You know, I mean, if you get that one, I guarantee you're gonna have more than that from it. If you get that one, you've more than paid for that. You've more than built into your business. You've got no scripts. I mean, even yesterday on the call, Danny was kind of trying to get all of us with, you know, objections to why somebody wouldn't do it, why somebody's not doing it right now, for their business. And he's got the answers. So don't be surprised, because I'm just gonna be honest, I gave Mark a roster. But don't be surprised if you get a call from Denny or his admin, just helping, just kind of having that conversation with you on why now is the time more than any time to dial into your business and pour into that business and to get these tools that you're gonna get. So, and again, it's such a great time, because it's kind of that, you know, yes, we're kicking off that spring market, but we're still in full kick at that point. And again, I keep saying it's in Stillwater. It can go dinner then. It's not even fun. On what days of the week is that? On Thursday. Thursday's 9 to 2. Any questions?
That says May 2nd, it says Friday, but I think that's a Tuesday. May 2nd is a Tuesday.
Well, that's a graphic from Bold, so they must have got it wrong. It's supposed to be a Tuesday. Yep, there is one day that they can't do a Thursday. And then they do skip the week of Red Day as well. So, because that's that Thursday, the 12th. So, not on your calendar, so that's fine. Put it on the calendar. May 12th. We'll talk more about that next week. Oh, it's just a day full of like great people. Look at all this great stuff. Okay, quantum leaps. We had this coming. We had to postpone it. So now that's coming back here at our market center. Even cheaper than it was. $69, if I remember correctly. Oh, look, yes, it is. It's not on there, but it is $69. Guys, quantum leap in itself is an amazing class. I actually sent my kids to quantum leap for young adults. I think they were, I'm going to say like 19 and 21 when they went. I can already tell you that they are implementing things in here that they learned from that class. It was so great. So, and I myself have not taken it, so I'm super excited about this. Who here has done quantum leap? I'm going to assume Todd the corner has. Todd, tell us what you kind of about. Did you do it with Gary? Have you done it with?
Last time I did it was with Mo Anderson. The time before that was with Todd Blitzer. And it's all about learning how you put all the pieces of the puzzle in life together, whether it be, you know, health, nutrition, fitness, goal setting. There's a lot of things that you need to make sure you've got in place, or you might not be as successful as you want to be with your sales. Just a way to bring it all together.
Yeah, so definitely sign up. This is actually open to the whole region. So seats will fill up fast. I will be honest, it won't be just I'm in that market center, I can pop in. You will need to register for it. You know that I've already had quite a few registrations. Apologize, our office did get first dibs because I made the flyer and sent it out for the TV. So other people are already signing up. So get signed up for it. Again, it is on June 14th. And I know that sounds far away, but as we all know, it's not. It's going to be here before you know it. Let's say the snow will be flying again before you know it. That's going to be that.
So it's agents, not.
Yeah, thank you. It is. It's open to agents outside of our market. This is open to anybody. Maybe you've got a girlfriend, a brain mess, and you're just like, you should come, bring her, have a fun. Maybe your husband's a scatterbrain mess, bring him to have a fun. Yeah, this is open to anybody, agents outside the market, agents in the market center, people outside of real estate, definitely bring anybody and everybody. I will say, it's always geared a little bit different. They do intentionally make that one, and I know there is another one coming for the young adults. So if you do have that, you know, 19 to 25-year-old person in your life, I would say save it. But I'm really good one to put on that age group. There's one that Gary does directly, and then you know that's coming up as well. I'll do this one. All right, you guys. So we actually have Agent of Distinction with Julia Lachey.
coming up on Tuesday, April 11th. It's a free 4 hours of awesome CE. So this is actually at the Lake Minnetonka Williams office. And it is free to you guys for being agents within our market center. So you can get to have this included, where you guys can have it for free. So definitely take advantage of it. If you've never seen Julia Lachey speak or teach, she's absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna have you guys, sorry, and I apologize. We're gonna watch, you guys, this is something that Gary's really passionate about becoming that agent of distinction. So please just kind of watch this video. You go. I was just gonna say too, they talked about how down in Texas, they're actually hosting this class in person as well, and I saw the cost was $250 for the 4 hours of CE with Julia. So this is free to you guys. Definitely, if you have any CE hours to done, reach out to me. If you don't know if you do, I'm more than happy to send you your transcript, talk over kind of what you're missing, what you need to get. But definitely take advantage of this. Free April 11th, that's a Tuesday, 8:30 to 12:30. Even if you don't need, you could still attend it. Because again, this is working towards, there is a certification with KW to be that agent of distinction. And I think that's a great certification, as Gary was saying, to have. There's another course that goes with it. But again, this is something you'll have with you. So even if you've already finished your CE, I would recommend that you definitely register. And this one actually, Minnetonka Market Center, their training center is big, so then they have 75 seats. So I just recommend you sign up quickly, because it will go fast. I haven't looked to see where they're at. All right, favorite part of the year, second quarter MLS invoices are due March 31st. I've had a few of you send me receipts or just confirm with me that you've already paid them. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I will be reaching out to everyone that's showing they have not paid today, just to give you that quick little reminder. If you do have any questions on how to pay those, definitely reach out to me. But if you call SPAR just at their main phone line, they should be able to help you get it taken care of over the phone as well. So definitely March 31st, I'll be sending out reminder texts, emails as we get closer to that date if you're still showing as unpaid. So, appreciate you guys. If I don't pay by March 31st, what happens? $25 late fee. No, that's like almost half of what it would cost me to do the quantum leap. So that makes no sense. It's my money. I'm paying it now. All right, what do we got? Last week we had some good ones. We had some good shares and some good kind of feedback of like, what do you have? What do you need? What do you have coming? Anybody? Anybody online has anything to share? Looking at the person with their hand up in the picture, and I was like, oh, they don't have anything. They don't have anything to share.
I have some buyers, a domino. So I have buyers looking in pretty much anywhere in the South Metro or sometimes north. 3 beds, yeah, there's more, they love a fence backyard, anywhere under 350, and they're happy. And then I have a buyer looking Cottage Grove, Woodbury, like Amber Grove Heights, West St. Paul, South St. Paul, anything over 1,500 square feet. They just have another kid on the way and need some room. We can find them somewhere to go. There's a little townhouse in Amber Grove Heights that we could sell. It's a 3-bed, 1-bath, furnace, new everything, fully gutted 2 years ago. And then I have a Menominee listing coming. It's out on just 2.5 acres. It's next to a winery. It's really pretty. It would be a great home for this renovation loan, I guess is the nice way to say it. St. Bernard and a puppy living in it with a really sweet old guy. It just needs somebody to show it from one of them.
Winery.
And winery, I've never heard of it. I just drove by it.
That was there, anybody has anything for her? And somebody was talking, we had some line.
Our GD says here, buyers looking to sell area, median at least 3 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Yes. That's about it. Is that all we got? I would say, there's a lot of food. Share. Anybody have a gratitude? Oh, thank you. You want to share?
Thank Carrie and Gordon again.
Me too, second, big deal. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, anybody is looking for that's newer and wants rookie of the year, go to your previous rookies of the year and say, how'd you get that? Because it was literally a conversation after the last rookie that was, I want that, what do I gotta do to get it?
That they were.
The judges? Thank you, everybody. We appreciate all of it. Good rest of your day. Holiday. Right, holiday. Yeah.